Do you know what heterosexism is? And if you do, can you explain it to us? What's your piece?
Heterosexism?
Heterosexism.
Is that, I don't know for sure, but is that when someone has both parts, both women parts and both men parts? Is that it?
Sexism is? No, it sounds like or some kind of twist off from that.
Okay. What are your beliefs, though?
I think you should do whatever makes you happy.
Okay. How do you feel heterosexism affects homosexuals?
It might make the way people view them bad. It might affect them in that kind of way.
Okay. Do you feel that heterosexism is superior to homosexuals?
I don't know what it is. Am I not allowed to know what it is?
You tell him.
Heterosexism is a system of attitudes, bias, and discrimination in favor of opposite sex, sexuality, and relationships.
Oh, we can put this on the
It can include the presumption that other people are heterosexual or that opposite sex attractions and relationships are the only norm and therefore superior.
Do you know what heterosexism is?
I do.
Can you explain it to us?
Heterosexism is when you're attracted to the opposite sex.
What do you think about heterosexism?
What are your beliefs on it?
I don't want to offend anybody. I don't know what you guys believe, but I believe that is the way of life and the nature of mankind.
Okay. How do you feel heterosexism affects homosexuals?
It's for homosexuals. They probably, I don't know, they're jealous of the way heterosexists get treated, and probably jealous of all the rights and the. So I guess jealousy would be the biggest thing, and they'll have a goal to shoot for as they continue their fight for equality.
Do you feel that heterosexism is superior to homosexuals?
Yes, because ultimately the goal in life is to reproduce. That's what I believe. So I guess you cannot do that when you're homosexual.
Do you know what heterosexism is?
Yes. So it's people thinking they're better than homosexual?
Mm-hmm. If you're a heterosexual.
Oh, okay.
You're heterosexual.
Okay.
Okay, so do you know what your thoughts are on the subject of heterosexism? What do you feel towards it at all?
I feel like nobody's better than anybody.
Okay.
Everyone's equal.
Alrighty. What was the last question?
How do you feel that heterosexism affects homosexuals?
Well, I feel like. Sorry. I feel like it's not right if you're bullying them and obviously saying, "Oh, I'm better than you." Of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, if you believe that or not. But as far as being mean about it and thinking, "Oh, I'm better than you," that's not right.
Yeah. What is heterosexism to you?
It's when you're over masculine, or over masculinity, or in opposition to anything else. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Okay. What are your beliefs about heterosexism? Personally.
Just how do you feel about it? Anything?
Based off of what you think it is, do you have any beliefs or any thoughts on it?
Heterosexism.
Heterosexism.
I assume.
Well, see, I kind of think it's more. I don't know. It kind of sounds like you think of sexism or racism is kind of against. So it sounds like something that homosexuals are against heterosexuals.
Well, not against it.
Yeah, it's the opposite way around.
Yeah. So people that are straight are against gays.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
How do you feel about that?
How do you feel about heterosexism?
I feel from a Christian standpoint, I think that there's a lot of hate that goes on with people against homosexuals, when really we should be loving them and treating them just like humans because they are. And
Yeah, seriously.
and
I just
if
whispered that.
people were more what?
You just said something to the camera. Keep going.
And if people were less hateful towards it, I feel like there'd be a lot less hate and discrimination because there's no reason to abuse or bully when it comes to things like that. Because
Any more questions? Anything to add to that?
I mean, I just think, yeah, like if there's a, if we're called to love them, then I feel like there wouldn't be near as many other problems we have today if we just loved them like we should, you know.
And then the last question is, how do you feel heterosexism affects homosexuals?
they feel like they can't even talk to a lot of people about it, or they feel like they're just going to be hated in general before they even have a conversation, and it causes them to just have a bad view of whether it's because Christians are known for being heterosexism, so they're overall just are expecting people to act ugly to them.
Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it would make a homosexual feel persecuted or feel like they were being put down for how they live.
And just because you can still love on them, that doesn't mean later on we won't have a conversation in my view of it, because it might be different than yours, but that doesn't mean I would treat you any differently or hate you. It just means that I might not agree with those decisions, but there are always things that people don't agree with each other's lives, and that there's no reason to hate about it. A good conversation can happen only if you treat them well in the beginning and don't just call them names and not treat them like a human, which is just not true. Jesus wouldn't do that, and his followers shouldn't either. It's a really bad example when people do bully.
Boom.